How's it going, you guys? Part 8 now. Part 8, guys. So last time, I think we've almost gotten to like 4th icon or something. Last thing that we have done was like the Fang quest, I think. So the next one is going to be like Steps of Torment. Did I at least like clean my bags? I think I've cleaned my bags just a tiny bit. We're okay. Level 72. We're waiting on this curse ring. Curse bearer. Well, how about we run a Steps of Torment? It's funny because like I log this character and the first thing that I'm doing is Steps of Torment as well. Steps of Torment has been the one thing that I'm doing on my main like all the time. It's funny. Is this the YouTube guy? Yeah, this is the DK now that we're going to be playing. Kind of lined up perfectly. I think I've run about like 14 Steps of Torments today on my main. And now I log into this for the YouTube VOD and let's do a Steps of Torment. I've been farming some rings from Alchemist, the last boss of Steps of Torment guy. He has been dropping the same ring. It's a ring set. But he continues to drop the same ring to me. So I've been going like really hard on it actually. Hey, there's nothing to charge to. It sucks. Becoming is there and saying have the day off. Nice to catch a stream on a weekday. How's it going, Becoming? Welcome, bro. Made myself some coffee. We're going to be going pretty hard today to the DK. Hopefully, I kind of want to finish Elite, but I don't necessarily know if we could. We'll see. It definitely depends on like us finding a weapon, because I think that is our weakest point right now on this character. And if I can find a weapon, I do believe that I'm going to be checking out my devotions once again as well. I might actually like respect them. I would like to respect my devotions, not because they are bad or anything, but because simply because like to show you what else we could do with it, and then you can basically like come up with like which one you would prefer, sort of deal, I suppose. It is pretty defensive right now, and you can continue playing like this, like pretty much until we do the change for the late game. You have seen me skip by like a lot of enemies and not killing them. That's basically just a habit. As I explained to you, I have been running like Steps of Torment. Not even kidding, about maybe 200, 250 times the last couple of days. So I just got used to like, you know, running around. It's like a habit basically. Didn't really mean to do it like that. What kind of training do you do, Mala? I do Wing Chun, Kung Fu. Maybe you have watched Ip Man, the movies. This guy actually like hits me almost all my HP. Smashes from the gargantuans and monstrosities, they hurt so bad. Flanked makes one-hander. Great sword. We might actually get like a good item out of this, we'll see. I want to check if the one-shot is there, one-shot is over there, so we can need to like make our way there. One more thing, like I would have been dead there. if my devotions weren't as tanky as it is right now. Like, taking a smash from a Gargantuan is not necessarily the smartest thing that you can do. But our character is really defensive right now. Thanks to all the armor absorption, defensive ability that we have from devotions that's coming up. My HP is all around okay-ish. I don't think like my HP is like ridiculously good or anything. It's okay. No, just the students, baby. It's been about like a year and a half now. Let's take that Vengeful Wraith. Unfortunately, that ring doesn't exist in this game, Dave. The last boss of this place is going to be interesting. I will check out, like, how's our freeze resistance? Let's say 26%. We might actually need a Hoarfrost. Do we have an Hoarfrost? I actually don't have an Hoarfrost. It's going to be interesting. I'm gonna tell you something weird. You remember like how we are having like vitality over cap, and I just realized that we might be needing a little bit of freeze resistance. What you could do at a spot like this is that since we are waiting for a ring, we could actually use something like a Frozen Heart in one of these rings. Worst case, we are not wasting the Frozen Heart because we will be able to take it out again. So the second that I hit level 72, I think I'm going to apply the Frozen Heart on this. We'll replace one thing. And we will have definitely, how about like 20% more freeze resistance to it. So the last boss is going to be so much easier. That's pretty much like the entire trick he has. If he manages to freezes you, then he might be able to burst you down. Otherwise, kiting Alchemist is pretty simple and easy. Honestly, like, even if we are frozen for a long time with this character, we should probably survive it. Just in case. Do you flow like the water? Legends say I do, but I can always use more progression. The Flame Revenant is really tanky to fire. Yeah, we have no resist reduction, so... Welcome back, Naomi. We can kill the guy over here, the Ilgor. Maybe he drops a legendary, who knows? Almost 72, so I'll kill these. Didn't give me the level though. What is this hating on Ilgor? He might actually drop something useful while leveling. While leveling, I think it's okay to like hit him. It's fine. Yeah, I usually skip this guy when I'm farming Steps of Torment, so... yeah. I guess he didn't drop anything. Oh no, we are missing the spirits. Not to worry. Not to worry. No. If I give like 1, that's going to be 3 or 9. That kind of messes up everything that we've been thinking about them. And it doesn't give spirits itself either, so I cannot necessarily like bait this ring to use. Ah, that sucks. We're gonna need to defeat Alchemist with the freeze resistance that I have. That's gonna be interesting. I refuse to give Spirit at this point, so I'm gonna continue with like Physique then. We should be getting the Spirit that is necessary by just going into like Necromancer. At least for this time. Like later on in the late game, we'll most likely need to like commit to Spirit just a tiny bit. Or we need like a specific item giving us Spirit. I guess we will need to like deal with that when we get there. For the most part, when it comes to like attribute distribution in this game, Physique definitely like outweighs the others when it comes to just value. But some characters definitely do need to invest into like Cunning or Spirit simply because like running weapons or like you know, any sort of like weapon that requires Cunning is usually the weapon that requires it. And then you can have like accessories that is requiring more Spirit than you have. That's definitely possible. This character has like a really weak Spirit gain because we're gonna stop at 32 on Necromancer, which is an okay Spirit gain, and Soldier is I think the worst Spirit gainer, so... I think my battle mage might have needed cunning as well if it wasn't for the great pens that I'm using. I'm using some pens called great pens or whatever, and they're crafts. They give you like flat cunning and spirit. That is basically covering my needs of like cunning and spirits, yeah. Oh, battle mage is like crazy amounts of like spirits gain, but cunning on the other hand is another issue, yeah. We can check the secret way over there, just to see like if there's anything valuable in the chest. Right over here. Do you guys like those great pens, by the way? Like, what do you think? Especially when it comes to like legendary or like blue pens. Not necessarily comparing like any greens or MIs. Which one do you think is like the better one to use usually, let's say? Ah, you're running the Wolverine constellation as well, I see. Let's use like health. I'm incredibly overcapped with the cold. There's absolutely no point using that. There's nothing else I can use. It's a good thing that I have a cluster, so in the worst case, like, we'll be able to use a cluster, I think. For now, it's going a lot easier than I thought it would be, honestly. I think we're too tanky, you guys. Alchemist is gonna drop us a really good weapon. Well, from the chest, not necessarily something that he's carrying. Guessing his weapon is pretty shitty since he is failing to, like, his good also, but... Golden lightning conversion with golden lightning modifiers. Carl of the obsidian juggernaut with like physical but really heavy conversion to chaos damage. I don't think so, you guys. Yeah, I don't think so. I think it's better to try and find a physical item at this point. Like, this is going to be the same deal with the Blade of the Luminari. It will be like an upgrade for now. But we will need to support it. And I don't think that is worth it. Can you share your current build? Sure I can. There it is. Two-hand chaos cadence? But no. I was wondering if he found any like spectral swords. I think I'm gonna end up keeping the spectral sword in my bank. A medal with like really heavy life and offensive ability. That is not too bad either. I still like mine a little bit better though because of the resistances. It's alright. I'm gonna say bye-bye to this. We can dismantle it, I guess. So double defense, same armor, stun reduction 50%. I'll continue with my greed. It's okay. We have also found this one. It's not necessarily for me. It's like for bleed build. I mean, it could be an upgrade for me right now, but not really. I like my Chaos and Pierce resistance. Gives about like less HP as well. It's okay. I will most likely like need some dynamites, and then afterwards we can dismantle these items. Gather the ashes for Kaiman. Let's return this quest. Maybe I'm sitting on it. I need about like 2 more levels to like max out the points that we're going to be spending into the Necromancer mastery. Why not craft the Empowered Tremor? Do I have the blueprint for that, you think, Parsec? We can check it out, dude. Bit sure I don't have the blueprints, but I can check it. Bane Gargoth. It's nice. We have a brutal axe that we can craft with like bleed on it. Yeah, right now my weapon has some conversion, yes. But we found it at level 15, so it was still a massive upgrade, droplet. Soldier Master Race. Not really sure if Soldier is the Master Race. I was saying Kusto is a little bit the Master Race. If you want to Master Race in this game. Just single mastery. Possibly. It's not there. Speaking of weapons, we're actually pretty close to like Tyrants now, finally. We might be able to find a weapon from the Tyrants, an axe that drops for the Force Wave, as you know. On top of everything, it's not that easy to play in the Night Cycle, in the Plains of Strife, simply because of the mines on the floor, obviously. Alright, we're gonna drop a portal here, we'll come back to this after taking the waypoint. Might actually be my first time in Plains of Strife in Night Cycle. It's interesting. Bedtime for me as well, Mala. Lots of love. Thank you very much, Riffy. Have a nice one. Brennan saying, GOG has this game for $8 right now. Should I pick it up? If you enjoy RPGs, yes. I'll say so. Get all the mines. Kill the Hulk at least. How many iron bits have we managed to gather so far? 1 million. We actually ended up finding the quest item rather fast. Kind of wondering if we are killing Chthonians or we are completing this place. That kind of depends on the reputation. I think I'm okay with my levels. I do not mind my levels right now. So let's check the reputation. What do we gain from Chthonians? I think we're a little bit too far ahead with the Nemesis, I would say. So I'm kind of scared of the Nemesis of Chthonians. We definitely are. What about like friendly? Oh, we are actually gaining like Barrow Home friendly with the killing of Chthonians. That is really good though. Don't like that. I think I'm gonna do it like half an elf. Especially if there are tyrants. There are no tyrants so far. I think it's on the throne. Spawn of the tyrants. There'll be more in the Bastion, obviously. Yeah, we'll definitely be running the Bastion of Chaos as well. But unlike the normal or like veteran that we played, I think we are not going to be running the Port Valkyrie in this one, guys. Especially since like we are revered with the Anastaria. If you remember, like the almost like the only reason that we ran Port Valkyrie was for the quest from Anastaria. So if I would like to get like more experience and more loot, I think I would rather just run Bastion of Chaos. It's incredible experience actually, that place. Especially if you're killing almost everything and like opening the traps and whatnot. You can also find a deal on Humble Bundle, I think, if I'm not mistaken, can't you? Not really sure, Protoss. Ah, there's a one-shot chest here, guys. Gotta find it. Mark. Give me your weapon, tyrant. I'll kill the boss first. Want to see if the one-shot is right next to him or not. We'll most likely clear this place anyways. Yeah, one-shot is actually right next to him. The main Gargoth. Nope. He's pretty resistant to lifesteal, I think. Not really leeching out of him. Zohan battle plate. What might that be? This thing. Pierce damage, avoid projectiles, pierce and Aether resistance with technique and advantage. No. Alright, let's check the rest of this place real quick. I actually thought that would have been like more tyrants here. I don't know why. We only got to kill like a couple of normal ones. I think the normal ones are not even like capable of dropping the axes. That sucks. Maybe I should have like checked out the yellow drops as well. Yeah, we're gonna need to check those helms out. This time we might have actually like found a helm upgrade. The flesh warped helms are giving you like Warcry modifiers, which we're actively using. Yes, 3 clocks, just continue running. Sometimes it is annoying, unfortunately. But it's about 5% in fact, the drop rate that is. So it's not that bad. We can restore the Shrine of Mogdragon at this point. And the Korvac as well. Let's just take the waypoint from here, then we can do those quests in fact. Charger. Vital Essence. For a second I thought it was going to be a cluster. Huh. Hey, that one is a cluster though. Can I pick it up? Nice. Some mutagenics, some pauldrons. It's just converting. Let's never mind finishing that off. It's okay. Hey Meatball, how's it going? What up? Yes, there is. There is, but it's a long quest that you need to start somewhere else. Goblet. I'm not necessarily that familiar with it, but there's one, yes. We will actually need to come back here. I do need the devotion points, seems like. Drop a waypoint for that. Falcon Swoop with rank 21. Maybe Protest can help you out, Droplet. Hey there. Meatball was saying, got to level 70 on the Druid and I'm hitting like a truck with the changes you suggested for my devotions. Glad you're enjoying it, dude. Very nice. Hey, couple of tyrants, please give me your weapons. Desperate times, desperate times. Nope. Hypno saying, once you go to Bastion of Chaos, you will get a ton of those weapons, don't worry. That's true. Joblet, if you were talking about the map that I was just in, that is the one that I was replying to, basically. So there's like a long quest that ends up making you like go to the clones of Bourbon at the very end, and that place is there, but I've done those quests only once, and that character is still alive, so... It's not that difficult. Yo, what's up, Prime? Welcome, man. It's not that difficult. Maybe the last boss can be pretty annoying. Like, long fights, really annoying fights, but not necessarily the rippiest thing that I have done in this game. You should definitely be really careful if you're in hardcore, but softcore, I would give it a go. And it drops a nice cosplay item at the very end. That just sends me from all the way to the left. I wonder if they will manage to like path to me. It's funny. Just at 73 as well. I think we logged in as like close to the halfway of like 71, right? Let's try to remember that. Kinda curious of today's progression. He actually, this shrine right here was like pretty expensive for us guys. He took the only frozen heart that we have in our bags. On top of that, it also took a blood. That sucks. Before checking my devotions, I think I'm gonna do one more devotion. Oh, there's the Mogdragon shrine that we can like complete now. Little Paul with the chat saying nail. Regarding constellations, do you prefer the giant or the chariot? Definitely chariot. The giant, however, is a good ender. Oh, are you talking about behemoth by saying giant? I think you're talking about behemoth, right? Yeah, behemoth? Okay. So if you're finishing like your constellations and you have like 3 points that you would like to wonder where to put, then it is a really valuable 3-pointer, behemoth that is. But if you're like building up somewhere and if you would like offensive ability and a good proc, chariot is a good proc and a good offensive ability. I'll probably want like physical HP and resistance. That's what we want from a helm. I wonder if we have such a helm though. So far, not really. This is actually a little bit better than what we're rocking right now. Yeah. But I don't necessarily think that we found the helm upgrade, so I'll be selling the helms that I have. That kind of makes me sad. Kind of makes me sad. Oh, maybe this one? Not really. Alright, after spending this, I might be able to like change my ring also. Still requires just a tiny bit more. I'm gonna give one spit. I don't care about it so much anymore. Let me see like what sort of... I have a normal curse bearer. Okay, ring. What about the other ring that we're using? Oh, a bunch of different resistances. It doesn't give anything else though. So if I can like replace this ring, I think it's for the better. This one's definitely like more offensive. Let me see if we can like optimize if I replace this ring. I'm missing just a little bit of like lightning. I'm missing a little bit of poison as well. What sort of augmentations did we find so far? With the ring we have like chaos and elemental resistance. Probably the chaos one is better. What about this guy? Is he like selling anything relevant for me? This is the chaos resistance one, okay. We're pretty close to like getting revered with these guys, by the way. We're missing just a tiny bit of like Aether as well, but that's fixable definitely. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, this one doesn't necessarily have anything on it, you see. So we could put like just 10 Aether on this and it will be a lot better. There we go. So the poison resistance. Oh, we can just like sit on it like this. It doesn't really matter, I think. We can sit on it like that. So what we do is like, I think, get a little bit of like elemental resistance. Maybe even like chaos resistance out of this. Okay. We can put like corpse dust on this. Tiny bit of HP. Sit on like 77 lightning, 66 poison. This should still be playable quite easily, you guys. Should be okay. So this one has like an enchanted flint. We don't necessarily need an enchanted flint anymore. That's not going to be our enchantment to the weapon. Because we're not really like converting to fire or like buffing fire anymore. How's it going, Lindcore? Welcome. Nice to see you. How strong is DeathKnight? DeathKnight is pretty strong, and it's a good first character. That is the most important part about it. It's a little bit easier to gear up Mamsida. That is the most important part about that. So if you would like to, if you have something like this, it's a really, really good leveling weapon. You could definitely keep it for another character. In my case, I think I don't necessarily care about like leveling another character in softcore. For the most part, I play hardcore, so we just needed to get into the softcore for the only purpose of having a fresh account. Basically, it was really easy for me to pull off. We can take out the soul gem, soul shard. There we go, from that one as well. You didn't miss much now. There's a couple of things that I would like to do. So the first one is basically a component for this weapon is probably all the way back to like severed claw again. It's gonna give us like fizz damage and internal trauma. It is an easy craft. Let's get that going. Apparently it required like 4 or 3 severed claw. There we go. Did it like complete somewhere else? Yeah, it completed over here for some reason. I see you. We can put the severed claw over here. Remember, we are going to be missing the weapon weapon ability now, obviously, so we lost a little bit of like AoE from there. But our DPS with the force wave should be a little bit better. I've been talking about like respecking my devotions too. Before that, like I'll go ahead and like take the last devotion points from here. And I want some dynamites, just for the dynamites instead of like crafting them, since we are pretty poor and sitting on a new account. I might actually run a Crony hideout. That's a good place to like find a couple of dynamites. It's not so bad. It's 75. Should have a little bit better DPS, but I am definitely thinking about changing my devotions. We'll see. Codex of Truth. Don't really see anything. The important part is that they're dying, so it's okay, I guess. Quickening gem. Grishnak is like, Mogdragon, go. Yeah, Mogdragon is the guy that is sitting right next to his shrine after completing the shrine. He's one of the celestial super bosses in this game. Quite difficult. It's definitely possible to do. Really difficult. Oh, farming this place is quite good. This cave right over here that we're inside right now is, in my opinion, the best place to farm the Chthonic Seals of Bindings. If you ever need them. You can get about like 5 or 6 of them every run, so it's okay to like just check around a little bit right now. haven't been so lucky with the Seal of Binding drops, but... After the weapon change, we're 100% stronger, you guys. Smooth as silk right now. I think there's like a hidden chest over there if you can manage to like figure out how to go there. Sometimes it's like from here, this time there's no connection. We can need to go from this side. In fact, I'll go there because there's a hidden chest I want to show you. I think on the normal playthrough we didn't go there, so... So much love going on in the chat right now. Very nice. This guy can be brutal sometimes. The Harvel. He was stuck inside. You're full of love? And also coffee, me too. Me too. I'm thinking about like a third cup today, actually. Let's turn this quest in. Pretty sure this is the last quest of Father Kaiman. We were incredibly close to getting revered as well. They want us to like kill Chthonian, so after running like either Loghorrean or Bastion of Chaos, it will actually get revered. And then we can have something like this, which is not all too bad. Definitely not. I'm missing about like 1.8k, I believe. This quest definitely not going to be anywhere close. Oh my god, we're revered. Okay. 3,000 from this. That was insane. I mean, the last quest is crazy. So on top of obviously like the weapon news, we also have pretty good stuff when it comes to like Chaos and Vitality Resistance Augmentation, Pure Lightning, and apparently Pure Fire as well. You can buy just a couple of those. I think I'm gonna apply one of the Pure Lightning ones on... There was one item that we were using, like Fire and Cold, I believe. Fire and Cold. Can we have like Fire and Lightning from somewhere? Actually, there's Cold and Lightning. There's no Fire and Lightning apparently right now. It kind of sucks. Fair enough. fair enough. Yeah, just checking this item, like if it's any better than ours, 200% physical damage upgrade, it's definitely better than mine. It's also dealing more damage to Chthonics. That 22% damage to Chthonics is actually going to come really handy right now in Bastion of Chaos, especially. This thing is multiplicative, it doesn't necessarily add on top of like your all damage or whatever, definitely not. That thing definitely like multiplies 20% versus Chthonians, so I think this is a no-brainer purchase here. We'll definitely get it. I kind of want to get some dynamites. I still stand behind what I said. Remember, we can also now buy mandates. These are really important for our next character. If you ever like drop the character that you're playing and going for like a next playthrough or something, you should definitely consider that. Chosen Girdle, Revolver. I'm not interested. Our shoulder is not so bad if I'm not mistaken. What about our chest piece? No, I think this is pretty much it. Yeah, this is pretty much it. Let's go optimize this weapon. Zepharian is there and saying, I finished the Ashes of Malmouth content and got one shot by some bullshit ground effect at the top of the stairs in the last boss room. Feels bad death. Went up there expecting loot, but only got death. I think literally like every single one of us tried going up there. The first time that I have killed that last boss, I went up there with a character that was Spellbreaker, and I actually have like 2 immunities. I went through both of them, I went through a heal pot, I was still searching for a chest inside the Aether, and I'm like, fuck this. I exited the game to save my character, basically. Yeah, I had to exit the game. Let's take away this claw from this. Put that claw on top of that. Put it there. Put this one there. Now we have a new weapon. Let's run a Cronley real quick. How are we doing with Devil's Crossing, you guys? It's actually not that great. No, I was hoping another dynamites here. Got mad at the scrap. So we get like 1 dynamite from the money bags, I think. There's going to be 1 more here. Maybe there'll be some at the beehives. Let's see. Maybe over here? Nope. I'm gonna kill Cronley as well. Maybe he drops the rings. He has a really good MI ring, but it's pretty hard to roll a good one. Good evening, Promens. Catch you later on, dude. The Aether Stone Seal. So we have like running the Bastion of Chaos at this point. That is good. That's a good trade. It's gonna hurt. That's a really good trade as well. Codex of Truth. What mental? What is going on? I'm incredibly lucky right now. Those were really good, you guys. Okay, I'm gonna make the last one as well, I think. This one. We do need to craft some dynamites. I'm completely out of them. Stun jacks. So the only two things to do remaining is like basically Bastion of Chaos and Loghorrean before jumping into the expansion once again. We're gonna tap out. We'll try to like figure out if there's like a better way of these devotions. I want to check out those boots though. This one especially. No, it's still a downgrade. Alright, so I'm gonna load my character like the latest version right now from the save files. Main DeathKnight, bro. Let's load it in. Check the devotions in it a bit. So the stuff that I like over here, obviously, like we have the Kraken, we have the Bard, we have the Falcon, and we're pretty darn defensive from like Obelisk and the Solemn Watcher. Other than that, like it's alright. So what I was wondering ultimately is like, how the hell do we get the Oleron? And even if I like get it, what is our like active that's gonna, you know, proxy Oleron for? Well, that's a problem. I think we could make something like this, and that would require me to have... How many points is this? We don't necessarily need that, actually. Neither that one. I like this a little bit more. This would require me about like 45 points. So what we did is like basically we removed the stag. We have completed the assassin blade. And Forceway will be proccing the assassin blade, and this time Blitz will be proccing the swoop. 45 points. Let me see if I have that. 48 in fact. We can definitely do this. I think I like this one a little bit more. Like, instead of Jackal, by the way, like, we could definitely go somewhere else as well instead of Jackal. 48 points, I said? So how many do I have right now? Like 5 to spend? Something like that, I think. Six is like the Wayward Soul, which is not so bad. Quite okay, it's like offensive ability as well. Let's go for Wayward Soul. Do you have like a two-hander mace or an axe? Right now it's a mace, but it might turn out to be an axe soon. So we're gonna see like what sort of items we're gonna get from Bastion of Chaos pretty much. We can do something like this globally. Alright. This is gonna give me some more like offensive ability. Our offensive ability is not necessarily so high. It's okay. It's not too bad either. Alright, let's go kill loghorrean. Can definitely finish the game like this. Also, favorite thing, now we have like minus physical resistance coming up just a tiny bit from a devotion proc. We're gonna need to use the blitz a little bit more often though. Blitz is going to be my proc. Check the right side for the one shots. There it is. Nice. Okay, we'll go from down here, can't we? The next devotion point is inside Bastion of Chaos and it's pretty important for us. The one that I'm missing is the western one. There's a chance that it's actually over here. No, it wasn't. So Farian was asking, would anyone recommend a fun build for like someone with no gear in crafting blueprints? Yeah, the one that I'm playing right now, DK, is like a good starter in my opinion. You could make something like a tactician, you could make something like cavalist, as people suggested in the chat as well. Those are not too bad either, definitely. But overall, I also believe that like you should play something that you enjoy a lot, because first character is a lot more grindy than the others that you're gonna play, and it's going to be weaker than the others as well. So that means you need to be playing it pretty good. So you should be familiar with like that type of playstyle, you know what I mean? In this game, since the loot is completely random unless you're trading, the first character is always doomed to be the weakest. I got bored of the Force Wave gameplay. That's interesting actually. Force Wave isn't that boring in my opinion. How about you try, okay, you could do the skeletons leveling as well as Necromancer, and you could still convert that into DK, because like, you know, you don't necessarily need to level up as soldier, you could level up as Necromancer as well, as I suggested at the very beginning of the VODs. The only thing that you're going to be missing is that, you know, out of a summoner, or like skeleton summoner at least, you're gonna need to convert into a melee character. So that's going to be just a little bit harder to itemize, since your multipliers are gonna need to change, your itemization is gonna need to change. Summoner requires like pet bonuses. Your devotions will need to change. So it will be a harder conversion at the very end when you're ready for it, definitely. But it might actually be more enjoyable for you to like level up. Our poison resistance is pretty low there. 46% with the debuff. That was quite ripping. I don't really mind Force Wave. It's true that it's not necessarily like the most fun thing to level up with, but it's a really solid first character in my opinion. Pretty straightforward, really easy to like gear up. I want to get inside that room. There's an elite, and also there's the chest inside. You really enjoyed the summoner? How about this? Like you open a Necromancer, you max out the skeletons, and from there you try to decide like what character you want to make. You can definitely turn into be like a Kabbalist that is pure summoner. You can make a Kabbalist that is like Vitality caster. Ritualist the same. Or you could still turn out to be a DK at the very end as well. Necromancer is like really self-sufficient. You don't necessarily need a secondary class for a really long time. If you click the right things in the mastery. Definitely. Check out, since you're like familiar with my YouTube, check out the Necromancer 1 to 80 in 6 hours. It's a pretty recent video series. See how I built, you know, you don't necessarily need to watch it as well. See how I built the Necromancer from the description. 74. The Assassin mark is level 4 also. The Assassin mark will go all the way up to like 25 I believe though, so it's not necessarily the greatest level right now I think. Yeah, it goes all the way up to 25. Okay, that is the last click. Now we do need this. The Mark of Torment is an interesting ability. Definitely. How many points into it? 3 points. Apparently we have like a... Yeah, apparently we have like a item that is giving some pluses to Mark of Torment. Yeah, how's it going, Eric? Welcome. Yeah, I think like even if you don't check out the video, the build itself is gonna help you out, Safarian. That is in the description of that video, so you'll be able to see like what I have built around to level up a Necromancer. Necromancer leveling is one of the more speedier ones in my opinion in this game, definitely. And it's funny because like at the same time you're just like walking around and skeletons are killing stuff, so it's interesting. Kiona, can you write exclamation DK? Sup, by the way, welcome, bro. Hey, some bindings, I like it. Assassin Mark, level 5. Those are the weapons that we are searching for. This is the first one that we found. Physical conversion to lightning. Hopefully we'll find something that is like life stealing and not converting. And maybe more physical multiplier or something. That would be ridiculous, I know, but like it would be really good. We could definitely find an upgrade over like what we have from Kaiman for sure, easily. Especially for Force Wave. I'm sort of wondering if the loghorrean fight is going to be hard as all. I don't think it should be. Character is all around really good in my opinion right now where we are. One thing that Grim Dawn in my opinion is doing incredibly good, guys, is that like... You know, in games like this you have the feeling of like character progression, obviously. You can actually like feel the account progression as well in Grim Dawn. That is so interesting. Like thanks to Thanks to reputation stuff that you can buy for your like other characters later on, and obviously like thanks to the blueprints that are being shared throughout the accounts. It's pretty cool. This guy was like completely irrelevant for us because of my like chaos resistance. Let's just take this seriously. Pop up a health potion. Is there like anything I'm missing? I'm missing like poison resistance. Let's pop up a poison resistance as well and go in. Wouldn't the Bastion of Chaos would be better for those axes? Yes, it will be. We will go Bastion of Chaos right after this, after killing loghorrean. So hopefully we'll find some axes there, Sapphire. Let's use our new ability when he's puking. That one. Should be able to stand here because of the new ability now. Oh, this was a wash so far. Let's get it! Hey! You may now access the ultimate difficulty. That is true, we can. So, as I like talked about this before, at this point, I usually actually just access the ultimate difficulty. Simply because you will get like an incredible burst of experience if your character is strong enough. So what I do is like I switch the ultimate, I check my resistances, can I play around them? If the answer is yes, I just continue. Because the experience gain from like quests are incredible, obviously. It is, you know, for higher levels sort of. But that being said, for this character, and that is our first character of the account, it is incredibly important for us to like grind some reputation. And I'm still playing as if like we're in hardcore, definitely. I really don't want to die. Time and time again, the only reason we are in softcore is to have a fresh account. That's pretty much it. Like, I'm not gonna die. I don't want to die. I hate dying in video games anyways. Let's turn this quest in and take our, like, legendary. So, in this one, we will continue to Ashes of Malmouth. And the only simple reason is for the reputation stuff. I want to get to, like, revered with most of them. And at the end of Elite also, on this one specifically as a Death Knight, we actually need to open the Elite difficulty, Ashes of Malmouth, because we will do some farming over there. Assassin Mark. Cord of Deception. Really defensive cord. Ugh. This is one of those items that's probably worth keeping. Just so that like you use with like an Inquisitor alt character or something. Oops. There's a shop in Bastion of Chaos. Last time you told me this, and it was too late. This time I'll try to remember. Rockford is saying there's a shop in Bastion of Chaos that sells the axes too. Or I misremember. No, I think you're correct. So we can check the axes that are being sold, and that's NPC as well in there. Level 19 normal or scub? I refuse to go to level 19 normal, no thanks. Let's go to Bastion. What level do you usually enter the ultimates? I actually don't remember, but like it is probably different than yours, Sepharian, thanks to the XP pots. So we'll be able to compare it to this guy. Like right now, I was going to be level 74 if you think about it. Like this is the spot that I switch, But we played this character without XP pots, so if I had the XP pots, I'm guessing I would have been a little bit higher level than this. So maybe like level 80 or something? I'm actually not sure. Rest in peace, 40 scraps. That feels kind of bad, actually. Do we have a key? We have one single key. Yeah, definitely. Like, if anything, compared like elite and normal difficulty, I will 100% do the normal, almost everything, just like I'm doing in this playthrough, or I have done, in fact. In elite, we will be skipping just a little bit, and simply because this is, you know, first character. On the next character, if I would have continued with this, on the next character in Elite, I would already switch to Ultimate at this point, in my opinion. Maybe get this Devotion Shrine over here and then switch. Depends on my Devotion points. Another trick is that, like, you might already know this. We don't have a Dynamite. Great, I should have crafted one. That's stupid. That is really stupid. That's actually infuriating. And the trick is that, like, you can, if you have the Crucible, you can level couple of levels into the normal campaign, like 5 or 6, get some AoE, and then jump into Crucible. Complete, like, you know, 10 waves, reset, 10 waves, reset, and therefore you will be able to, like, spend the points that you're gaining from Crucible into, like, Devotion points. If you would like to get some Devotion points right at the beginning of the character, it is a cool idea, that one. Eye of the Storm is a ridiculous relic. As I could find for the accounts. And this point actually was relevant too. Spectral Binding. Hello Sakura, how's it going? Can you open it actually? I'm kind of curious. Oh, okay. Oh, that's really good. I'll talk about it later. One thing that we can call a mistake on this character so far is the fact that, like, I ended up getting this anyways. So in this scenario, it would have been definitely better in my case to have this from almost the beginning. How it basically plays out is that this minus resistance that you gain from this thing doesn't necessarily mean all that much. At the beginning of the game, I would say for about like 40 levels or something, Falcon Swoop will be more valuable than no matter how much like minus resistance you will put into the assassin mark. That definitely drastically changes towards the mid game. Now we needed it, so I would have preferred it to be leveled up, you know, from the beginning. So I would have probably put this into like blitz, put this into like normal force range, just like we did, but I would have liked to have it leveled up. So this is, in my opinion, a mistake that we have kind of recovered from it. I will try and kill everything in this place. It's a ridiculous experience, Bastion of Chaos. At the same time, but like, we're getting Barrow Home reputation. Why not? remember, like, they refused to give me the rest of the quests in Barrowholm in normal difficulty. If you really want to try hard when it comes to like completion, after gaining certain amounts of like Barrowholm reputation, I think it was even respected, to be honest with you, you can turn back to normal difficulty and go there and they will have a quest for you. That's like free reputation for you. It will be really easy content as well, of course. We're not gonna do it on this character unless there's some sort of like a gimmicky reputation requirement that I'm missing like at the very end or something, but even then I'll probably just kill a couple of Chthonians. Open the gates! Swift is asking, I see you're thinking of Battle Exile. As we are doing this video, Battle Exile's new expansion is going to launch soon, so... Let's go, Swift, welcome. You love Battle Exile? I do. I really like Battle Exile as well. Bounty Hunter's hat. It's the second time for finding it. It's actually a relatively rare item. It's funny. Classic is asking, what build are you? I'm making a VOD right now, so I would rather like not talk about Battle Exile so much. You don't mind about it, but I was thinking about like Righteous Fire, Molten Strike, something like that. Something that I'm familiar with. Just to start this league. We'll see. Look at my experience bar, you guys. Just from one trap. So good. So good. There's a trap over here as well. Let's never mind that one. It's okay. Double blood from this. This is insane. Wow, okay. We just found a Peerless Eye of Beronath. That is crazy as well, you guys. This is a ridiculous find, you guys. It's insane. I love it. I will definitely optimize around this item when we are out of here. That's a good find. The one that I'm playing right now isn't so bad, in my opinion, classic. Overall speaking, I would probably recommend something like Soldier is a good mastery for a starter. Inquisitor is a really good mastery for a starter, in my opinion. Necromancer is a really good mastery. And simply because like they're inherently tanky. You know, they don't necessarily need as much defensive help from like gear and devotions as the others do. You know what I mean? Yo, so can you actually open your computers today? Let's try to stand in melee range with this guy, see what's up. Guys, I really like my DPS right now. This is going okay. Just hit level 75 as well. Look at them like freak out downstairs over there. They kind of like can sense me, but... Checking how many axes we have found so far. Just one. Gonna need to delete some green items. I think we're collecting too many. Don't think I can carry everything here. So on that note, classic, if you would like a little bit of summoner style leveling, check out Necromancer, max out the skeletons, have some fun. If you would like to play something like what I am playing right now, Soldier start, something like a Force Wave is the ability that I'm using right now. When you grab a two-hander and spec into Tremor, it doesn't have a cooldown anymore. And if you would like to be like a caster, Inquisitor, Word of Pain, going like full elemental multipliers. It's pretty fun to play too, and it's really efficient at the start. All of these are really efficient. Probably Inquisitor and Necromancer is faster than Soldier, simply because Soldier requires always a good weapon. It scales from your weapon, so you will need to upgrade your weapon all the time. You can check that in Grim Tools. Grim Tools is a ridiculous component or tool. Which items have physical to vitality conversion that can be used in a Force Wave build? Just write physical converted to vitality in Grim Tools item database. Have some theory crafting. Obsidian Shard. I am so scared of getting Nemesis with Chthonians, you have no idea. Can you like imagine going through Ultimate AOM with Nemesis Chthonians, like having a chance of spawning Gravathor while the character is not even geared? That would be ridiculous. I don't want that. Please no. Well, we might actually have that problem. Look at this. Look at this. I don't know how to deal with this problem. This is going to be insane. We're gonna need to basically dodge him. Like if we ever see Gravathor, we're gonna dodge him. We're gonna like pose exit. We're gonna TP town. Something around that way. I actually cannot believe I'm getting close to Nemesis in elite difficulty. This is insane. I'll take the Rhodium Blood. No Sly is saying, just become a Chthonian, problem solved. Chthonians love him, man. Get friendly with them, forehead. The Obsidian War Cleaver. One more. Don't really know what to give at this point, not gonna lie. Probably some buffs. Like, that buff wouldn't be too bad. Reduce physical resistances. Let's get it. One more cleaver into the bags. I have to remember that I want to like check out the shop in this. Let's see. It would be interesting to play Grim Dawn and side with the Chthonians and the Ethereals. Nemesis Creed. It's Nemesis the Devil's Crossing, in fact. I've been there. So you guys like those type of choices, huh? When it comes to like between two factions sort of deal. I think I overall prefer like not necessarily pissing one off while going friendly or enemies with the other. You know what I mean? Either or choices I don't necessarily enjoy. So if you're like going friendly with Death Vigil, you're going enemies with Kaiman. So that's one I don't prefer so much. Just the choice, like you want to be friendly with an Estaria, you know, the what was the name again? The Outcast or Nuts. It's a better choice in my opinion for me. Or like the Borrow Home works the same way too. One second. Back. We're actually just honored with the Borrow Home. Guys, like, I might have made a mistake and I, like, skipped the NPC or something. I don't necessarily know where he is. I knew about, like, 2 spawn points. I checked them both. He's not over there. So I guess like I actually like skipped him in a place that I didn't necessarily know. That kind of makes me sad. I wanted to check like not only what he sells when it comes to like the axes, but at the same time what he sells for like recipe as well. Like blueprints. There might have been a blueprint that we actually need from him. This is kind of like making me sad. You're gonna level yourself a spellbinder? Good luck, bro. Played this a little bit safe. Thanks for all the help. You're welcome. Anytime. There should be like one more spawn, but actually we could already like attack him because honestly like these crystals are not necessarily hitting me almost nothing because of my resistances. So what are we dropping again? Maybe that chest piece? Grab his weapon. Not going to be checking the weapons until we start selling stuff. Hopefully we got something good. Say. Hermit leg guards. Exonerator is making me sad. Relic of Vengeance. Pierce and cold damage. The Hermit is the one that is giving you experience increase, offensive ability, defense ability, HP, all damage, okay, armor as well. But I think at this point, like I like the pens that we are using for the most part. Blunderbuss. All right. What is the drop chance for the World Eater? The drop rate for like those MIs are usually about like 5%, but you can check it from Grim Tools. Yeah, World Eater is a little bit harder to find in my opinion than Soul Renders, simply because like the place is a little bit harder to run that fast. This is the point that I stopped with the quest of Astaria simply because we're already revered with her. The next quest is in Port Valbury. Like, never mind that, I think. It's okay. So, chaos damage conversion, probably not gonna happen. I'm gonna sell the Exonerator as well, and we also need to like craft some dynamites at this point, guys. Acid conversion feels bad. One more acid conversion. Yeah, this is a massive upgrade. The PLSI are bad enough. We're obviously like dropping a lot of defenses, especially like Chaos and Vitality. Gives me some elemental resistance in return. This is really, really offensive, and it also gives like pluses to everything. That's going to be really valuable. We'll definitely optimize around this item really soon. So Cronley did drop a ring over there, but it's not the best one though. Right. Oh, this isn't so bad. I want to do this. No, let's continue ours. Okay. So acid conversion, cold conversion, vitality conversion. Unfortunately, like every single one of them has conversing. Let's see like if there's anything that is like physical and trauma damage upgrades. Otherwise, like I'll just continue using mine. I think it's okay. Yeah, attack speed always. I want to say like I like mine better. I don't really know. Like just this conversion is like really annoying. It's a little bit hard to understand like what is an upgrade here now, obviously. I'm gonna sell them all. There's a chance that the like let's go optimize around the PLS before starting the expansion, guys. So I'll be missing a little bit of like Aether resistance and really heavy chaos resistance as well. We can fix the Aether resistance by that again. And chaos resistance, wasn't there something like vitality chaos? There we go. Yeah, we can start like putting that on top of the gear bits a bit. Oops. Gonna keep the add-on on that one. 78% Aether is playable in my opinion. So cold and fire could become Aether and chaos and vitality. Aether can stay cold and fire one more time. I don't think we can. Aether. Yeah, if I could like make that cold and fire something else, it would be nice. Oh, this one's chaos resistance, right? That's cool. Nice. Very good. 68% now. I think 68% is playable, definitely. We stay like this, I think. Let's put some stuff to the bank before starting the expansion. I was also like considering this. There's also one more thing, by the way. Like, we could take away some points out now that like we have pluses again. For instance, we don't need 13 out of 12. There's one thing that's like incredibly good when it comes to like Grim Dawn. Is the fact that when you have these pluses to all skills, like +1, that doesn't necessarily mean just +1 to everything. That also means like plus maybe one more, simply because like there's a sweet spot that you would like to sit on. In my like to my preference, for instance, Warcry, you don't necessarily need more than 12. That means we're getting one more plus out of nowhere that I can spend somewhere else, just thanks to this necklace. It's really cool in that sense. The same goes for like multiple other things, but soldier not so much. For some other masteries you could definitely play around this. Pretty cool. I'm gonna sell this belt as well. The belt isn't so bad, don't get me wrong. Yeah, if I was to like play an Inquisitor at some point, I would have definitely kept this in the bank. It's an okay item. Also, people are like asking me what they are like supposed to be hoarding when it comes to characters. And they say like there's no space, they're hoarding too much. The way that you need to deal with it is like just consider the progression. If you're considering like level let's say level 65 a progression for your account, then you should definitely keep level 55, 50 and like level 75 items, because they will help you out progressing through that. But if you already have like a level 100, there's almost no point keeping like a level 50 legendary, you know what I mean? Unless it's like a ridiculous valuable item for leveling. There's no point in my experience, it's okay. Yo, what part was this again, you guys? This was part 8, in fact. YouTube, I'll catch you on 9, okay? Thank you very much for watching. We'll start Ashes of Malmouth on 9. Pretty much.